Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play of Pokémon Sleep. This is my free-to-play account. We are currently at Cyan Beach, and I'm trying my best to build a strong Suicune team here. And so I think the first thing we're going to do here is to just collect from some of these, because they have been neglected for a little bit of time today. It is Friday here on Cyan Beach, and we're going to hop into the main session. I also have a nap session. I'm almost wondering if this weekend I should not do naps to just maximize the potential new sleep styles now that we're getting close to record range here at Cyan Beach. And so with these sleep crafts, it's been such a, it's a weird one. I was not sure which one it would be, and it's balanced. That's kind of nice though. That means we should get an even distribution among the different sleep styles now that it is an event week as well. Alright, we're getting close to max encounters, so maybe if I was not to do a nap here, we would get there. Top Belly Caterpie, that is pretty cool. We have seen that already apparently. Mankey, that's amazing. I'd like another Mankey. Toxicroak and Krogunk. We have a Growlithe. Another Growlithe. Hey, Igglybuff, and I think that's it for the encounters. Obviously, the Igglybuff is the top priority here, and so we'll see how many biscuits it will like to accept today. I think we started a little bit on an Igglybuff yesterday, so if I'm not mistaken, it should need 3 more points to be caught. So we have a decent shot here at another Igglybuff, and then I will also be feeding the Mankey, but not the Caterpie unless it is hungry. Yo, hungry Igglybuff, that's amazing. Whoa, look at that. That was planned ahead. Thank you, game. Man, the luck in this free-to-play has been crazy so far. There it is, the crit, and we've made it now to Friendship level 15. I caught a lot of Igglybuff at this point in time, and so I'm hoping to find a usable one in not too long. Alright, and here's the Mankey. It was left off at 1 point last time, so biscuit spend this far into the episode has not been crazy, but actually it is past the daily biscuit availability. So we can see the overall portion here is getting very close to half of what it was. I was hovering around 100 for a while, and I had the crazy day where 5 Mankey showed up. Mankey is among my top targets. And then the day after, I had a whole bunch of Igglybuff, and across those 2 days, I spent a lot of biscuits. The other factor here is we are getting close to the end of the month, so it's September 17th, no, 27th, my bad. And so October is coming around real soon. And at that point, I'll have another batch of 30 biscuits. So getting back up to 100, or at least close to it. And so that is nice. All right, I feel like this part is too slow. Here it is. And we already have WIGGLYTUFF in the widget, so that's nice. Man, another naive. Is this serious? I don't understand why. I'm just gonna dump it already. We're gonna have a look at it, but naive nature is the worst I can get. Its EXP gains up and main skill chance down. Okay, thankfully none of the sub-skills here were really what I was looking for. I'm not looking for berry finding on the WIGGLYTUFF. I strictly need a healer so that I can really help out my team. And as I preferably would like to get a short-term Wiggly, I'm not even gonna put seeds into it, so I do need a couple triggers for it to make sense alongside the skill level up M. And so that was a little bit unfortunate, but yeah. Nature here is awful. Sub-skills just okay. Not usable though. Alright, let's put up the Primeape in the widget. Now, what I am suspecting is, particularly now with the ghost type berry being favored at the new area, we gotta have Annihilate for Halloween. Like that's just written on the wall at this point in time. So it would be really nice to just start working on a Mankey. So ingredient finding, inventory, another inventory, ingredients up, speed down. Already knew that was modest, so I already curbed my expectations here, but actually this was the main session, which is Actually, not the main session, because the nap session is where I have the bonus biscuit. So we're gonna hop into the nap session right away and have some more Pokemon to review. Hopefully that should be slumbering. That's how those naps work. And that gives me a good chance at the Totodile or the Igglybuff or the Spheal, which are all slumbering types. And now with the event bonus as well, then we should get a couple Pokemon of different sleep styles. Maybe a Chikorita can show up again. Chikorita was also left at 4 points last time. And indeed it is the slumbering type. All right, we have 11.5 million, 6 encounters. That's crazy. So the main session had 7 encounters and this nap had 6. I guess the overall candy portions may differ. So overall you are balanced out a little bit, but yeah. Psyduck, another Igglybuff, that is good. Another Igglybuff, Squirtle, Kangaskhan. Not bad. New sleep style, the Kangaskhan. If it is hungry, I'm super tempted to give it the bonus biscuit, although Kangaskhan super expensive to befriend. Overall, not the best either, like it's way outdone by Tyranitar and Comfey. And now also Sprigatito or Meowscarada for the potato, so really no use for Kangaskhan for now. It does have a Mega Evolution, so if that is ever introduced to this game, then Kangaskhan could gain a little bit of favor, so we just have to see what happens here. Alright, 6 Pokemon. I'm surprised by that. Hello, game? Alright, I'm just gonna reset the game. I don't know why it would want it to do like that. Well, it was really bugged. There we go. Alright, let's see if we got it. So yeah, Mega Evolutions, not something I like to talk too much about in the videos here, but let me tell you, I rant about it in the Discord a lot. Because it's just so obvious that they at least have some potential if it's not already planned. Because so many of the Pokemon in this game have Mega Evolutions. Right, where do we start? At the very least, we do need to make use of the bonus biscuit. So that's just step number 1. And then I think I'm just going to keep feeding this same Igglybuff, and then we can see where we end up. Nice. All right, then I can hop on over to the second Igglybuff and keep feeding that one as well. So specifically what I'm looking for in the Wigglytuff is skill level up M, because that would allow me to use the Wigglytuff short term and then go to Lapis Lakeside and go for that excessive long-term hunt for Gardevoir, which overall is better than Wigglytuff. If I find a super cracked Wigglytuff, I'm tempted to just go and get a Togekiss instead of Gardevoir and build a fairy team. Alright, let's see how many biscuits this one would like to have. Maybe we get a lucky crit here. Otherwise, I don't think we're going to catch another one, but you never know. Sometimes the odds are in your favor, so after the second biscuit, there's a 50-50 chance whether or not it's all full. Alright, so we're at the 50% outcome. If it's still hungry, then we're down to the 25% outcome. It's still hungry. And if it's still hungry after this one, we're down at the 12.5% outcome. It was. Wow. That is a 1 in 8 chance of happening. Amazing. All right, we got 3 Igglybuff in this video. That is crazy. And then, if I don't remember incorrectly, we have another target here. Let's see. No, that was in the other session. Okay. So Psyduck, Skill Specialist, Squirtle, Ingredients, but I can work on the Squirtle some other time. I really need to hold on to these biscuits for my specific targets, which are Igglybuff, Totodile, Spheal, Chikorita, Mankey, and Pichu. I don't catch any other Pokemon unless somehow I have a stray bonus biscuit and I have to play someplace. For the friend list, I wouldn't recommend sending the Kangaskhan candy. Not a lot of people use Kangaskhan, even though it's a rare candy. At that point, it would save most players to just send out the more common candy and then you use the handy candy. If you somehow have a Kangaskhan worth using. But even then, you might just get it to level 30 and be fine. So, yeah. Obviously, in the future, potentially, hypothetically, there could be Mega Evolutions. Then Kangaskhan could get favor, but as of right now, it's not a good Pokemon. Triple Honey, not what I'm looking for. It's skill level up M. Ooh, Jolly should be EXP gains up, but I think it is speed down if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's even main skill chance down. That would be awful. Now, it is main skill level up M. We see that here, so I would need at least skill trigger M in that level 25 spot for this to work if the nature is not main skill chance. It's speed. Okay, well, skill trigger comes to that level 100. That's a little bit too late. Overall, I would say it's probably stronger than the current Igglybuff because of that speed and the EXP gains up. Our current Igglybuff is actually Jigglypuff now, but yeah. I don't think this is going to cut it. I need some main skill chance, either through a skill trigger M or the nature. Just something aside from that helping speed M. And at this point in time, yeah, I won't even use sub-skill seeds if it's a short-term Wiggly. So I would have to just have the candy spend and the time put into it. Lonely nature is huge. That is speed up, energy down. All right. Let's see what we got here. It's another skill level up M. Okay, okay. So this one has the skill trigger S at level 25. That would be pretty huge. Alternatively, if it has inventory M and then skill trigger M at level 50, then this could potentially be like a mid-range healer. Okay, let's see it, everyone. It's a white skill, so it could be skill trigger. It's speed. Ooh, that is so good though. Speed and the speed nature. Right, now I would need skill chance at level 50. Is this skill trigger M? It is, and the inventory. Yo, that's huge. Ooh, I think we found our healer. That's amazing. All right, let's go. That is it right there. Amazing. Oops, I misspelled it. Well, it's going to be WIGGLYTUFF for now. Yo, that's amazing. All right, so first of all, it's got a decent nature. I would prefer the main skill chance up here. But you can't have it all. In this one right here, the only thing I need to do is to dump a sub-skill seed into it and a main skill seed into it, get it to level 50, and it's pretty strong. We're going to hop into the expansion. All right, we have the expansion right here, and we're going to bring up the WIGGLYTUFF. And then we're just going to plot in the stats at level 50. I don't think I'll get it much past that. Let's see. We have the skill level up M, and then we have the speed S, and then we have the skill trigger M. That's ridiculous. Then we even have the inventory L. So at level 75, it's going to work. And there's another inventory coming in at level 100, which it doesn't really matter as much. But yeah, you can see the nature is already correct there. So let's see, we got none there. Level 100 is a ways away. It's also going to be evolved twice, and at that point in time it's going to have like 2,000 hours on it. So this is what we're looking at. That's a huge step up, and not even that, we can upgrade the speed. So it goes from 36 minutes to 33. Okay, I wish I had like a little note area here that I could do something with. Maybe temporarily I can clog this one up. What if we just do something funny like this? We take out the text, boom, and then we just place it in one of these small cells. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so what I want to note down here now is we need to compare this WIGGLYTUFF with Gardevoir. Let's see if we can do that. Oops. There we go. All right. Okay. I'm ready. So, whoa. I'm not very used to doing this on the spot. We have WIGGLYTUFF. It's WIGGLYTUFF. I keep misspelling it. At level 50, L50, it's got 33, 44 in speed with a 5.44% hello. Skill rate with 40. Yeah, well, that inventory comes in a little bit late now, doesn't it? So, oh, it disappeared. I did something. Oof. Okay, we're just gonna zero that out for now, and let's put it at a modest 1,000. So 29 inventory. Still a little bit short. I don't like that too much, but we gotta work with what we got. So I don't know what happened. Let's do WIGGLYTUFF. It's got 34 minutes, and it's got 5.44%. And we have 29 inventory. Okay, great. Now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna change species. Plot in Gardevoir and see where we are at. You can see the numbers are not great, but this is what we have to work with. So Gardevoir is 28 minutes. It's got 5.71%. And it's got 34 inventory. Is WIGGLYTUFF really that low? That is offensive. Okay, great. Then that is what we're looking at. WIGGLYTUFF is 34 minutes. It's got 5.44%, 29 inventory. Now, this is where it gets interesting, though. The Gardevoir does not need the skill level up M because it is busted. Now, if we go for the careful nature on the Gardevoir, and we switch this out with, let's say, helping bonus, where are we at? Now, the speed then is a little bit affected by that, as you can see. Wait, hang on. Something weird happened now in my calculator. Oh yeah, of course, it was the nature that made it slower. I was like, hang on. Okay, so best case scenario, we also plot in the inventory L here just temporarily. And I understand this video took a turn, but like the whole goal for weeks has been to find a healer. Here we have a actual potential healer. Even the music is saying hello. Give me a second. So the comparison is actually not between the WIGGLYTUFF that we noted here and the Gardevoir that we noted. The thing is, if I am to go for Gardevoir, I won't do the skill level up M. Overall, if I go for this WIGGLYTUFF and just call it a day on the healer, then what that means is I have those seeds to put elsewhere. So that is an upside of not going for the skill level up M on the Gardevoir. So okay, this is what we're looking at, like, roughly. We're going to remove this one just because it has no effect, really, in the foreseeable future. So Gardevoir, OPP, just to distinguish these ones, is also 29 minutes. But it's actually not, so we're going to write 31 minutes here because that's how it's going to showcase in the summary if we remove helping bonus, but I like to just have it on the screen even though, anyway, 6.85% on the right, and we have, well, same inventory. So the actual comparison that we need to do is the following. Save 2 seeds on the WIGGLYTUFF choice over the Gardevoir, and a whole bunch of biscuits. Like insane biscuits. Like I would probably have to catch 50 rolls to be satisfied with an upgrade from this current WIGGLYTUFF. That's a lot of biscuits. That's probably like 4 or 5 months worth of hunting just for a better healer. That could be power crept in the future, like it's already gotten. So then we have to look at the skill trigger rate. At the point at which I hit 2,000 hours on the WIGGLYTUFF contestant, and I hit level 75, because this healer will live on the team for a long ass time. And at that point, I am thinking I will hit 75 for sure. And I have huge inventory, and that will just secure me with all the double triggers or whatever I would want. Is the difference worth it? Difference between 6.7% on that skill rate and 5.5 is actually decent. Then again, energy for everyone is a bit of an interesting skill, because it seems to kind of, at least with current energy meta, it plateaus a little bit at level 7, maybe 8, depending on the healer you got. So this is a tough one to figure out. I don't know if I should continue hunting for the Igglybuff at this point in time, because that was pretty huge. So either way, the real question here is whether or not I would like to continue hunting the WIGGLYTUFF, and if not, how hard I should go into this current Igglybuff that we just found, the WIGGLYTUFF. This is going to tug this team and just be a blast of energy. So 34 minutes, 5.5%, 29 inventory. Gardevoir in comparison with the exact same stats, 28 minutes, 5.71, and higher inventory. Is really WIGGLYTUFF 13 in inventory? I know Jigglypuff is ridiculously low, but really? That is just insulting. Why is it that low? Yeah, 13. Curious. Anyway, let's just consider these numbers for a split second more until we hop on over. I could also just hide this part of it and you can see them side by side. So Gardevoir is faster, it has more inventory, it has a higher skill rate, and a lower ingredient rate. Power crap. So, well, the WIGGLYTUFF does show up earlier, so that is a big difference. Like, you can work on that Igglybuff for months before you potentially get yourself a Gardevoir. And you can have both. I mean, like, that works, but yeah. Oof. This is essentially the setting. The Gardevoir OPPPPPP is in the case I find this scenario, which is like crazy. Helping bonus, helping speed M, skill trigger M, and the careful nature, or any like main skill chance up really. Without speed down, of course. So yeah. At this point in time, I need to make a decision about just moving forward. So what I need to know is whether or not I should just start using this new Igglybuff. And for that, we need to hop back into the game. Let's hop into Pokemon Sleep right here and close the expansion. There we go. We have WIGGLYTUFF, our friend, back on the screen. This is very solid. For sure, this is the short-term WIGGLYTUFF. Like, bar none. So that's just WIGGLYTUFF it is. And it's just, it hits all the marks. Like, I wanted at least one trigger or one nature in addition to the skill level up M. Now, here is the skill trigger M, the speed, and the inventory. We even got all desserts here, so this can actually be useful during desserts. I have oil on my main account, Wiggly, so this is huge. Oh my god. I think on the Igglybuff side, we hit it today. Like, there is no there is no upgrade here that is worthwhile compared to just stopping the hunt here and continuing with Ralts, at least in my opinion. Now, you can fire at it in the comments, and before I get to do anything with this Igglybuff, I will have the chance to change my mind if you have some good points. But some of you, I don't want to say folded, but caved in when I found that helping bonus one. And just for comparison, we're going to have a look at the two different ones. And now this is maybe not the roll that you're going to get every time on your free-to-play account. At least not in this short period of time in between these two. But just watch this. We have... Wait, why are there two? I think one of them had like Berry Finding or something like this. Yeah, this... I'm going to bin this one. I have to unstar it first. Berry Finding and Speed is nice. But it's a healer. And I'm not going to dump seeds into this. Because a healer needs to really put out a lot of skill triggers to be worthwhile the spot on your team, because otherwise you might have, well, just have another berry specialist that's really strong and then suffer a little bit on the energy if your healer is lackluster anyway. But if you have a super strong healer, all of your Pokemon will benefit, and so this one is not it. So that one's going in the bin. And then I had two other Igglybuff. Yeah, these ones were the Igglybuff we found today in the other session. So main skill chance down, big oof. It does have Berry Finding, which is a nice additive to an extent, but as we saw, Wigglytuff has terrible inventory. That is ridiculous. 13 on a fully evolved Pokemon is crazy. Now it does gain 5 + 5 upon evolution, so a total of 23. But that is crazy. 23 for a fully evolved healer? Alright, this one was the one I also passed on. Funnily, it has skill level up and it has speed, but I was looking for at least one skill trigger because the skill trigger rate is what I'm interested in. Like how fast it burns up the inventory is not important to me, and that is the other part of it. If you have a super fast Wigglytuff that does not have any skill triggers, you're just going to fill up the inventory, and that was that. Your constraint here is the inventory, not the speed. Most of you, most of me, will be running this overnight too, so I will wake up to double triggers if I have a high skill rate. So the skill rate is the main thing, not the speed on the Wigglytuff, in my opinion, because inventory is the problem. Now that skill can bank twice. This one too is going in the bin. And then we are left with two Igglybuff. Now I said originally I was gonna hunt 20 Igglybuff and just see which one would be better. I don't think I'm gonna do that at this point in time because I can actually cut this hunt and be satisfied even long term on the Wigglytuff. Like I may not even have to go for the Gardevoir long term, which is kind of crazy because I didn't catch that many Igglybuff. It was 15 or 16 or something. So this was the one I passed on a couple days ago. Now, a lot of you guys said, wow, this is really good. You should consider this one. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's just, it doesn't hit where it needs to. This would then outcompete a Gardevoir in terms of the seeds necessary. I would have to put 4 main skill seeds into this eventually, level it up to level 75, and then I will have inventory issues still. Because it's not enough skill triggers to offset the whole thing. Because this one's super fast. Helping Bone is good though. Like it's not terrible. But just because of how different the numbers are between a Gardevoir and a Wigglytuff, I'm not going to invest in it. Now this is a little bit of a funny Igglybuff. So I think I'm going to hold on to it just for the giggles. What if we just call this Funny Guy? Or Funny Gal? Or Fun? Funny. There we go. And we remember it. It is starred though, so I don't think I'll release it on accident. But then, look at this. This is the upgrade. Skill level up M. Check. Speed M upon a skill seed, sub-skill seed, which I don't have currently, but I'll get my hands on one. Skill trigger M and the speed up nature. Now, I talked the big thing about speed and inventory bloody, but It's a long-term healer. This has inventory at level 75, so I'm not very, very worried about it. And this meets the mark where I am, within reason, able to spend a seed on it and just get it really strong. So at that point, maybe if I do a little bit of sneaky here and there, not too big a deal. So the big question here is, technically speaking, at level 50, they're somewhat the same, these two, in terms of the skill rate. Now, this is faster than this one that I talked a lot about being negative because it was fast and not to have inventory on it. So, I mean, at the very least, let's say I invest in WIGGLYTUFF and not funny. At level 50, I have a huge, just awesome healer. And I can still go for the Gardevoir. Now this one does not have that opportunity. And the difference here is I saved 2 seeds. And that's a big deal here on the free-to-play. Like, seeds don't come around often. I have maybe 2 or 3 more seeds that kind of lie waiting for me in the achievements. But after that, it's kind of dry. Like, I may be able to claim one during another legendary event in the future. But I also have my Suicune that needs seeds, and I would kind of like to have another skill specialist sometime in the future that's not the healer and not Suicune, you know? And so I can't really just waste it all on healers. Although healers are important, as we have emphasized in this long episode. Okay, now, where things had changed for me, in my opinion, is if somehow this had main skill chance up nature, because that just doubles up on that skill trigger and the skill trigger S and it becomes monstrous. But EXP gains up. Yeah, I don't know, man. The thing is, WIGGLYTUFF 2 is just like, even if this would be a pristine WIGGLYTUFF at level 100, I think a strong Gardevoir still outdoes it. Gardevoir also has the Mega Evolution potential in the future that I don't really like talking about in the videos, but that still is a thing. So I think it is WIGGLYTUFF for the win. And I have a lot of candies here. Now it needs 50 hours of sleep to evolve. And 100 candies. So, and a Moonstone. Do I have a Moonstone? Curious about that, but for now, we are going to pop out of the team view and locate the Jigglypuff, see if it has a final trigger for us, because I'm just going to put WIGGLYTUFF on the team. I'm going to suffer a little bit on the energy. It's not a huge difference. Like, this Jigglypuff is not producing a whole lot at this point in time. And so, yeah, the Jigglypuff is getting switched out in this episode for WIGGLYTUFF. And then, because I already know I need 100 candies to evolve it, it's 20 for Jigglypuff, and it's 80 for WIGGLYTUFF. I can already spend 50 candies. Something like that. And if I'm in a close call here, I do think I have some handy. I'll get my hands on some, no worries. But yeah, that's pretty good leveling there. We already have the skill level up M. And then I'm trying to find a sub-skill seed by level 25. And then I'll probably put one main skill seed into it. Just, this is super strong. Like, if I can get this to level 50, like, I probably don't need another healer. Unless they make a change to the energy system. Like, for example, I don't like talking about this, but I kind of like talking about this, but I don't at the same time. Mega Evolutions could simply be a change in the energy system where they spend 2% instead of 1%. Like, did they just spend twice the energy? And then when they dip below that 80 mark, they can go back to their old forms. And so if they have twice the spend, then you need even more energy, which is where the other speculation comes in. Maybe the long-term plateau on these main skills is level 10. And what does a Pokemon with energy for everyone else do at level 10. Like, what? What's the purpose? Well, I don't know. Wild speculation. I hope Select Button is not too upset with me right now, but yeah. Anyway, we got skill level up M, helping speed S that we can sub-skill seed into M, skill trigger M, inventory L. So with a single sub-skill seed, a single main skill seed, we can get this up to par pretty fast. And then I need to get this thing to level 50 ASAP. Wow, that is crazy. So we are going to look for 2 more things in this video. We are going to find the sub-skill seed. I want to see where that next seed is, and also where the moonstone is. I think it's not too far off. There it is, that huge Dream Shard bonus achievement. All right, we need to look at, maybe it is here. Nope. I think we should just go through all of these. That's all Dream Shards. This one too. Number of times cooked, also Dream Shards. This one we just clicked through. Diamonds and recovery incense, I guess. More diamonds. More diamonds. Diamonds. More diamonds. Wow. Alright, here we get into the good stuff. So, race 10 Pokemon to level 30. And 10 Pokemon to level 50. And so 10 Pokemon to level 50 will happen no matter what. So here are 2 main skill seeds that I can hold off to Suicune, for example, as level 7 comes out and the level 7 on the healer. So essentially I get to level 50 with the Wigglytuff and the Suicune and the cast of Berry Specialists. And then I have main skill level 7 Suicune and main skill level 7 Wigglytuff. That's all mapped out now in this video right here. And then that was what? Oh man, I forgot which one that was. Oof. Let's see. Number of times evolved. Wait, I big time confused myself just now. Time slept. Score. Bedtime. Steady wake up. Level ups. Yeah, okay, level ups, of course. 17,000 on the RP. That's kind of crazy. Now, I'm currently at 7.5, but the thing is, without fully evolved Pokemon, like now I have a Totodile and Croconaut and then a Feraligatr. My Suicune is pretty strong too. That's basically just Suicune right there. Now, when I get Wigglytuff, that should get pretty close, but there is a sub-skill seed here to be claimed, at least. And then I'm not reaching 20 anytime soon. I haven't even done that on my primary account, believe it or not. And same here on the Cyan Beach. Maybe Cyan Beach. Maybe Cyan Beach is within range here. Because what I can do is I can just overstack into infinity and then max out my inventory on just a cast of favorite berry specialists here on Cyan Beach with the Suicune. And then maybe I could just like be funny all the way to 20, potentially. We'll just have to see. Like there's either the, what was it, RP 17,000 for the sub-skill seed, and then we had Cyan Beach here for the other Master 20. Now I feel like there was a Moonstone here someplace. Could have sworn. Have I gotten it already? That may be the case actually, because it felt like it was within reach. Need a Moonstone for Jigglypuff. There it is. All right, we are set. So now I need to just get as much sleep time as possible into these. I will hold off just a little bit on the main skill seed because those don't come in handy too often. I mean, they come in handy all the time, but they don't come in hand too often. Very scarce. So let's have a look at the friend list here. This is already a long ass podcast. So 40 minutes in, why not? We should take a look at some of these. Jassy with a Halloween Pikachu. Man, I'm excited for it. Halloween is going to be huge this year with the ghost favorite area and everything. Pretty interesting team there. You got the Gardevoir. Good on you, man. Right, let's do another couple. We have Miss... Wait, I clicked myself? There we go. Miss Rarity. Suicune. That is my main target now in the primary account with the Raichu, Typhlosion, Blastoise, and Marowak. No healer. You must have like a very strong healer then. Oh, this was a nap. Yeah, you must have a strong healer where you just put in the berry Pokemon when you don't need it to heal. What about Dr. Fail? Igglybuff candy, I love seeing it. You also got an Igglybuff, you got the Rat Boss, and you got a Totodile, Squirtle, and the Suicune. I have seen a lot of you guys comment on these free-to-play series videos that you either started recently or even started an alt account because of this series. So very flattered by that. It's very interesting to hear that you guys are also enjoying an alt account or just in general finding enjoyment in this series. So thank you for that. And then the final thing we have to do as always is to take a look at the team, because it's kind of a nice thing in this Let's Play series where we just have a look at, just check in on these various Pokemon, where they are at any given point in time. Now this is probably, I should probably just suck it up. 3 candies, not a big deal. But overall, I do need to hold on those alligator candies because, you know, at some point in time, I'm going to find a Totodile with berry finding. And at that point, I want to get it to Croconaw as fast as possible. And yes, you heard me right, Croconaw, not Totodile. Because I need a very strong alligator or 2 decent ones, as well as a Croconaw to really make the Suicune work. So we have this Croconaw right here, level 17. Suicune, I'm trying to use all the candies I can get on it because I talked a lot about wanting to get this Igglybuff to Wigglytuff on level 50 as fast as possible, but the actual main target for level 50 is this Suicune. I'm constantly running into the sneaky snacking, and that is a problem. So I'm hoping that I can just get my hands on a lot of handy candy not too long. The first thing on the Wigglytuff is just level 25 and getting to main skill level 6. And hopefully finding a sub-skill seed to get that speed M on it. So yeah, that's the Suicune, and then we have this Totodile. This Totodile is not the best. It's decent. Got the main skill chance up. And then, yeah, here's the healer, Wigglytug. Kinda crazy. So, hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Let's Play. Let me know in the comments what you think of this crazy healer, and I'll talk to you in the comments and in the next couple of videos. Thank you for watching.